VE. We out here. Call the niggas. From the inception, you learn that life is a blessing. Continuous lessons, some fail and some profess it. Take your own road, protect your nest and be ready. Cause the streets is evil and you can't trust most people. It's more me, less we. I want the bigger cut, fuck equal. Be careful with money, it kills many. I'm focused on green hills, good living, feet in it. A soldier out of place, I should have been with Nat when he fought for slaves. With Marcus, when he tried to make a change. On Marks, I'm Malcolm when he prayed. Strapped with Huey so they know it's not a game. I die for justice, not scared. I'm a force and never series. I place fair, vigorous presence. Some voice you gotta hear. Long road, but we here. Winning is a way of living. Life is what you make it through the fight. We are lost children of light, warriors of the night. We gon' die for what's right. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Systematically, I bring you great tragedy. The man is me, veteran in the game, never selling out for the fame. With money, real niggas don't change. Just the mode of living and finer things. I like women, you can keep them silly games. When it fail, only you to blame. I swear I never change. Go hard, stay strong, taking on the game. They gone too far, corrupt the brain, changing women to man, and everybody a fan. Gong show, give them the can. Here is flow, too much work, I gotta blow. Too much pain, success I gotta show. Be more true flow assist. Fuck punchlines, I make you hear and learn when I spit. Bust your eardrums from the realness. Kill your mentality with teaching. Bound by honor for glory, I'm reaching in my own lane. I'm the king, move how I be, only regal. I don't need to see you. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone. Stand your ground, hold your own, find a lane, make your chores progress and fluctuate. Be the king in your zone.
They walk away with 1 or 2 out of my march. 2 or 3 is cool. I got you. They getting about 2 or 3.
Still free books over to the keys, y'all.
The rest of this other stuff. Let's get like 3 or 2. Good. Good? How many you
We need our own media because mainstream media is not going to tell our story the way it needs to be told. Mainstream media is going to twist it, and by the time it hit the streets, it's going to be watered down just like rap music. Hip-hop was ours, and when they took it from us, look what you got now. Booty shaking, drug smoking, thugging out. Dog, that ain't what hip-hop was about. Hip-hop came out with uplifting our community about what was happening on the block. It was our stories. Now you don't went commercial and look at it. Got it twisted, baby. I'm proud of you, brother. We need this. We need our own media. You understand what I'm saying?
And these projects right here, they've been doing this to us. Y'all just put this to a camera. This got exposed by a camera. If it wasn't exposed by a camera, they would have been doing it to us. That's what they do. That's what they do, 24/7. They see us standing on the corner, they think we doing nothing, we coolin' for real. It's our neighborhood. It's our neighborhood. We ain't doing nothing, man. We coolin' in our neighborhood, man. They ain't building no rec centers for us. Back then, we had rec centers. I played football, basketball, baseball, all that. Look at them thousand buildings down here. They ain't set no jobs for us. Look at the kids. They ain't got nothing to do. I got my nephew with me. He ain't got nothing to do for real. He got kicked with us.
Houses in the city already, and they still keep destroying shit like it's like we got something. You see all the reinforcements downtown protecting that shit. It's so many.
Big crazy, man. Been crazy for years. Y'all just getting the whip of this 2015. Where y'all was at 95, 1990, when it was going on. I'm talking about the real projects. I'm talking about Bruce Court, Bruce Man, Mount Prescott, when it was real.
This is Aziz. This is Underground TV. And we're interviewing Miss Autumn, a host of Strictly Hip Hop, 88.9, 12 to 5 every Friday night. And we want to get our views on the current situation in Baltimore, the previous uprising. We don't use riot, and if anybody got a problem, we should be mad. I mean, all the shit we done been through. But anyway, yeah. Miss Autumn, yeah. What is your view on that?
Honestly, like you said, I don't want to keep calling it a uprise. You know, it was more so of a frustration movement, you know? People keep saying, oh, it was a riot, oh, they went crazy, but it was needed. Somebody actually, I want to quote him so bad, but I can't remember his name. But he was actually explaining it to me the other day, and he used a wash machine as an analogy. He said, you know, you can throw your soap in there, you can have your water in there, but if you don't have that agitator, then your clothes won't get clean. So for a situation like this, it was necessary to agitate, you know, the government or agitate the city in order to get some type of result. Because if we didn't have that happen, you see the media that showed up, you see, you know, everybody that is now profiting off of what happened here, you know, all that came about because of the agitation. So that's what I'm going to call it. We were agitated. It wasn't necessarily a riot, because I don't even believe that, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. But I don't believe at all that any of the events that happened that day were by chance. You know, our youth were thrown into a trap where they didn't really, they were agitated, but they were thrown into a trap where they didn't have another choice. And then it was an outcome that was expected, and they knew that was going to happen that way. That's personally what I believe. But I'm more about the things that are happening afterwards. We've had a lot of different people come through the station and talk to us about solutions, because we all know what the problem is. We all know, you know, what happened. But the thing of it is change, and how do we go forward with this? Because we can march every day if we want to, but if people don't remember why we were out there and what we were doing, then it was going to be all for nothing. So if you truly don't want Freddie Gray's death to be in vain, then you have to step up in your community and step up in your households and really effect change and start making those types of things happen. I know we've had a lot of people come down. We've got the Be More Youth Rise. They're doing their event tomorrow, May 9th. And that's just going to spotlight the youth being able to come forward and speak on the things that are agitating them, the things that are bothering them, and the problems that they have, because that's where it's starting. You know, They are in poverty. They don't have the things that they want. When people were out there looting, they weren't taking things that they didn't need. You've seen people running out of stores with toilet paper and, you know, food and things of that nature because they're in a community where they are, you know, neglected. Impoverished. So it's like, you know, it was a need. People were doing what they needed to do because they needed to. It wasn't because, I know some people got out there and they went overboard and they wanted to, but when something stirs up and it gets to a boiling point where you don't have another choice, what do?
You bust. The pot boils over.
Yeah.
And water boils too much in the pot, it's going to overflow eventually.
That's definitely what happened here. So I don't call the youth thugs. I'm not, you know, 100% angry and upset with them for the way that things happen. You know, I come from a level of understanding because I came from those types of communities. I came from, you know, not the harsh impoverishment, but being in the Baltimore City school system, being looked at as a problem instead of people coming to us and trying to say, okay, what can we do to help you? So I was in those schools that got swept under the rug. I'm a graduate of, you know, Harbor City High School. So
that's because you was a problem.
but but honestly, you know, coming from that demographic and having people look at you that way, you know, you already feel like the underdog, and when you get in that position, you got to fight to get out. So that's what happened then. And, you know, like I said, looking forward, I just want to see more people continue to do the connections that you've built, continue to, you know, meet with people. And if we're going to have these marches, keep them positive. Don't give them a reason to say, oh, we don't like black people, you know, getting together and congregating because it's going to equal violence. No, we can get together and effect change. I was talking to a gentleman earlier by the name of Devrock. And he works a lot with policy and Congress things and trying to get those things implemented that are going to make a difference. So it's not just, oh, we out here talking, oh, F the police and we try to do. No, it's more like there are things that we can do to make a difference. Don't feel like you're helpless. Don't feel like your hands are tied. Know that there are options and we can change what's going on right now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, did you see the educated black woman?
Yes. Morgan State University.
This is Angela Davis right here.
Oh, man. Not yet. Not yet. I'm getting there.
What's your take on the events that's going on in Baltimore, man, your hometown?
I'm kind of tongue-tied because I had a lot to talk about and a lot to say. I don't know how much time you have right now because I run my mouth like I got legs on my lips. But first of all, I want to speak on what kicked off with the riots and the kids because I'm really into the kids, man. What happened was they cut the transportation off for the schools, but before school had let out. So our kids was running around with no transportation to get home, so the police had agitated them. If you notice, they throwing rocks with book bags on them, so we want to clear that up first. And second of all, right now, I'm just so happy. Can I cuss? Oh, okay, cool. I'm happy and a motherfucker, for real, on Marilyn Mosby and everything that she said. She was the most powerful. I ain't heard nothing like that since Dr. King had a dream, for real. And this is one of his dreams that came true. And I stole his speeches, and I stole a few of these dudes' speeches, man, because he said violence is the voice of the unheard. And I like to thank Miss Mosby again, because what they said, they get tired of them sweeping shit underneath the rug, but this time we took their broom and their rug. So all the evidence is true. And what they did to my man Freddie Gray, because I'm from that neighborhood, man. I've been brought up in that bitch, man. Like I was telling the brothers the other day, everybody got charges around that motherfucker. I mean, I got more charges than a stolen Macy's credit card. And I'm still doing me. I'm going to keep on doing me. And can I give a shout out? I'd like to give a shout out to my mother, because she called it. You feel me? She called they charges. She said that was manslaughter, and they was dead wrong. And I'm just glad that out of all her sons that we all still here, and ain't none of us have really been like hurt or fucked up too bad by the police. Even though one time they did run my black ass over, broke my leg from the from my ankle all the way up to my hip. I was in a body cast. I was in a body, you want me to dip with you? And I was in a body cast, but I love my city. I love my town. I've been here on the front line. I've been up Penn North. I'm down at City Hall right now, and I'm no justice, no peace, man. We're gonna keep on moving, keep on rolling. Appreciate you, bro. Already. Oh yeah, I forgot that word. Already. Fleet. We on Fleet. Already. We on Fleet. That's a new one.
This is Aziz, Underground TV. I'm here interviewing QUIK the God, CEO and founder of 9-7 Entertainment. We're going to get a little bit of knowledge from this brother about his take on the Baltimore uprising situation and the Freddie Gray and the aftermath. Speak to him, bro.
I mean, my honest opinion, the uprising, I think Freddie Gray had a little bit to do with it. It was minute, to be honest with you. Everything that happened it was boiling to it. It was getting to it eventually. You know what I mean? We've been dealing with police brutality, police corruption, and everything that falls under that with the police for the better part of 100 years, to be honest with you. I know I've personally been dealing with it for the last 25 years. So, you know what I mean, we see it firsthand, and the closer it gets to the youth, the more hostile and the more volatile it becomes. So the whole uprising, the riots, the fires, the looting and all that stuff, it was bound to happen. I think it should have happened. I'm glad it did, because a lot of people don't know, but people have been picketing, protesting, petitioning. They've been going down to Annapolis trying to get laws changed, trying to get laws evoked to kind of change the situation, the conditions, and the relationships between the law system and the people. It's been falling on deaf ears. They needed something to wake them up, to make them listen to us. So the uprising did that. It brought the entire Annapolis, from the governor to the State Department to the head of police, the state police. It brought all of them to Baltimore specifically, and I think the governor's actually still here, and now they're listening. So now it was for all of the religious leaders and the political leaders that have been petitioning to these people for all of these years. Now it's time for y'all to relay and to convey the message that needs to be said for them to hear, now that they're actually listening to see what's going on. And I mean, and it's evident that they've been listening to us, because like a lot of the riots and the looting in different areas across the city, they hit every liquor store that they came across. Either they torched it or they just ransacked it and all that. And they've been telling them, like, man, why is it every time we go in our neighborhoods, there's a liquor store in every corner? We see more liquor stores than schools, rec centers. We see more liquor stores than police. And I seen somewhere in the paper where the state is starting to put out an ordinance where they are slowly, by whatever year that they're going to put, but they're slowly trying to get all of the liquor stores out of the communities, like, especially like how they are. You know what I'm saying? So they listening. So now it's our time to talk and give them the right message, bring it across where as though they can hear it and they can understand. You know, we got to speak their language, just like when they want to talk to us, they got to speak ours. You got to bring it across the right way, and we got to get the whole system changed. Everything, I mean, for one, they really got to start with the training of the law enforcement, because one, they've been trained under the Waltespo races, Ku Klux Klan, whole protector of the white supremacy and the white race, and now you got all of these officers over the decades. Nothing has changed. The only thing that they changed in their training was to make it more severe, more tough for them to deal with the people. And they've been out here dealing with crowd control as opposed to the law and to serve and protect that they supposed to be, that they are sworn in under. They don't come out to serve and protect the people. They come out to control the people and to govern the people and to move the people in certain directions to further whatever the agenda is. And now, like you will see in the neighborhoods, you see the police out walking and they talking to people. They playing basketball with the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's already a change that's starting to happen. So when people talk about them riots and the looting and they be like, oh, it was just so bad, it was this, and people trying to turn the kids in and get them locked up and all that stuff, nah, it was necessary. It had to happen. As you can see throughout our history, that the rioting is when they actually start to listen to us. So all of that peaceful protest stuff, the United States hasn't done peaceful protests ever. Ever. Show me when. Tell me one time. I'll wait on you. We're at war right now. We've been at war 227 times since 1776 during independence. Who knows how many times we've been in war before that? The country was founded on violence. You know what I'm saying? So I believed in the riot. I think it should have happened. I came out for the cleanup effort, and I came out for the talks, and I didn't make it to the town hall meeting that they had at Morgan State, which I really wanted to do with the brother Merlin Martin and the brother Jeff. I ain't make it to that. I didn't make it to a few things because, you know, I still got to feed my family or whatever. But yeah, Revolution, it was televised this time, surprisingly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's my say on it all. With that, I say peace.
Yeah, well, y'all heard it from the brother. I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in that. And how can you ask people to be peaceful when you're brutal? How can you ask people to turn a deaf ear when they're abused or they've been seeing it? Their children have seen it, their grandmothers, their great-grandmothers. So, you know, yeah, it's not good that we burned our own stuff, but none of us own any of that anyway.
Not one piece.
They don't contribute to the community. All they do is take from the community. I'm not saying, okay, get mad and just go burn everything up, but like the brother said, we need to be heard, and they've heard us now. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, yo, you know what? Plus, to add to that, it was building up to the point, and the mayor, who I don't like, the governor, well, the former governor who put the system that's in place right now, because the current governor, who I don't really know him yet, hasn't changed too much about that. He's actually turned this into a police state, slowly but surely. He done already increased the state police, and he's making them more local. So he's turned into a police state eventually. So you watch them Republicans, they're gonna do some serious stuff in the next couple of years. But you had the stuff that kicked off downtown at the Oreo Stadium, where some racist white people was basically spewing some racial comments towards the protesters. And I don't remember if the guy threw some stuff at somebody or tried to spit on somebody. That's where the initial attack kicked off. And then they calmed it down. And then after they calmed it down, the youth they was like, look, we're going to handle business. They put out a circulation on social media. Everybody saw it. I saw it. He saw it. People were going to the schools that Monday to get their kids out of school early, to get their kids home. What did the city and state do? Nothing. They sat back. They set up some barriers and some borders. The news crews came out with the helicopters and everything before school even let out. We looking at it on the news and watched the news chopper over top of Mount Darman Mall, over top of Frederick Douglass High School, and watch the kids get let out of school. Now, when I was in school and we was going to have a big fight at the school, they shut the whole school down. The entire Southern Police District was at the school waiting for us. Shut the whole thing down. It never happened. Even currently, when they have some type of threat at school, whether it be somebody on campus with a weapon, a gun or something, because they had those school shootings, or if it's something of a terroristic threat, they shut all of the schools down, lock them down, and they let the schools out one by one to get the kids home safely. They get this note. They see it. We're going to purge the city. They did absolutely nothing. Bell rung 3 o'clock. All of the schools in that vicinity was let out, and all of the schools already converge on Montgomery because that's the central port of transportation for them to get home. They don't have school buses. They go up there, they catch the MTA, they catch the subway. People get picked up, and that's where they leave from. And what did they do? They sent all of them right there to that central location. They shut all of the buses and the subways down, so even the kids who didn't want to be involved couldn't even get home. Then they shut down the perimeter around the city so people couldn't even get in to get their children out, but they all on the news. Go there and get your children. How? How are we going to go get our kids? Tell your kids to go home. How they going to get home? Whole time the police walking around macing and tear gassing everybody. You know what I'm saying? They let it happen. They wanted it to happen. What their agenda is, we don't know yet. It's coming. We're going to find out in a year or two. But for right now, we got the stage, so we got to give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
We got to keep improving and touching on that, bruh. I think the reason that they let it happen so that they can have something to say about how they're closing all these schools and they're building these jails for the youth. To say, well, they're out of control. Look at them. But you put them, you know, you put any wild animal or anything into a corner, it's going to fight its way out.
It's going to fight its way out.
You know, and that's just what it is. So, yeah, it was a setup. We see y'all, but, you know, this is why Underground TV is here. And
even on the heels of this interview, they just approved a $30 million jail to be built right here in the city.
Wow.
Just approved a $30 million budget for a jail, a juvenile facility to be built right here in the city. Closing down all these schools and these rec centers and these libraries, but you can build a jail. You got the money for that. Come on, man. Come on, man. What's the first thing they do when they was talking about the whole Jim Crow thing? They attack your education system and your youth.
Absolutely. Yeah, we couldn't learn.
Yeah. When Martin O'Malley got in office, his first year in office, he shut down like 3 or 4 schools, half of the libraries, and all of the rec centers across the city. Across the city. And he continued to do so. They had over 700,000 false arrests on record in his administration. And then he get out, Rawlins Blake get in, she continued the pattern. They didn't want Sheila Dixon in there because Sheila Dixon was bucking against the system. They say, we got to get her out of there. Sheila Dixon had stuff in place where if you was going to build something in Baltimore, you had to use Baltimore people to build it. Once you build it, you had to hire Baltimore people to work in there. They was like, what? Nah, you can't do that. Got her out of office, got Rawlins Blake in there, she vetoed it. Now they done built this casino. They built 2 casinos. They used outside contractors to build it, and more than half of the people that work in there, not even from Maryland. Not even from Maryland. My father-in-law working there, he from New Jersey. My mother tried to get a job down there from Baltimore. They denied him. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at the system, man. It's crazy, man.
The government is for the people, by the people. Anybody we don't want in there, all we got to do is band together and sign our names as citizens. They got to go. That's the law. That's why they try to do away with the Constitution.
They trying to do away with the Constitution slowly.
That's what that whole shit was about.
Yeah, the whole shit was, because if you declare a state of emergency, then the Constitution is null and void.
Yeah.
It's null and void. And if you look at the city, like a lot of people been coming home, a lot of people getting their rights back. Our people are starting to show up and vote. They trying to take all of that from you because they need their people where their people need to be at. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man.
I say peace. This is my big brother right here. Appreciate you, bruh. Absolutely.